Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and our coverage of round 8 of the Apex Racing League Prototype Championship. This is the third to final round of the season, and so points are going to matter more than ever. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is David Sampson. And David, we go to a very exciting circuit. We go to Road America. It's one of our favourites. Anyone who saw our tier list earlier on the Apex Racing team channel during the late Apex will know that this is one of our favourites. And yeah, it is really good in these cars as well.
Straight to goated.
Yeah. Oh, there was
none
a
debate.
discussion.
I don't think we talked about Road America for long at all. We just went goat and moved on. Yeah, fantastic track, especially with the kinds of cars we've got as well. Just makes it even that more fun. Looks like we've got a really good turnout. I love this track, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the... Yeah, it's been tight competition, so I'm looking forward to this.
Definitely. Let's have a reminder of the calendar and yeah, Road America, and then just 2 more to go. Some real high-speed circuits to round out the season. Monza next week, and then Daytona to round out the season and round out the year as well on Apex Racing League. And tonight we've got the 75 minutes race coming up, and that will not change the strategy too much, David, but will mean that there's a slightly smaller window in which the drivers can make the pit stop. For the LMP2s, it's literally just a handful of laps, 2 or 3 laps that they've got to play with when it comes to the pit stop. It's pretty much half and half when they make the pit stop, and of course they've got to make the decision whether or not to take tyres.
Yeah, I haven't seen the temps, but yeah, fuel savings are going to play a part. This is it's a long race. We're getting into the endurance territory. I forget what the actual number is in IRL. I think it's anything greater than 45 is in endurance. So yeah, fuel's going to play a big part. Tyres, no idea of the temps, and depends how they look after them. But yeah, it's going to be close.
And let's have a recap of the championship. And Norbert Tamas managed to win last time out at Suzuka. Back to his dominant self. He didn't win back at Sebring, obviously. He had issues, but he was pretty unstoppable. Whilst Blaž Turovsky had a little bit of a tough time.
Yeah, because Balazs took the win off of him on a previous race, but yeah, Norbert was just back to excellence. But those boys, they know what they're doing. They look fast in practice as well, so it's going to be interesting to see if Balazs can do anything about Tamas's victory runs.
Yes, and let's have a look at the AMS. Still Schwebig at the top, but he hasn't won since the first round of the championship, has Schwebig, but he has had a first, a fifth, a second, a third, a second, and a third.
It's not
That's
bad.
Very much championship winning form. Philip Longfellow hasn't won a single race. He's only had 1 podium this season.
But he scored well. But
he's been very consistent, always up in the top 5, top 6, that sort of region. So he's doing very well for himself. And in the teams, of course, no surprise, Manatee continue to extend their championship lead, albeit Absolute Motorsport on the occasional round are a match, and at least in practice today, Absolute Motorsport were even better than a match. They were actually beating Manatee in practice.
Yeah, it looks like we've been away for a few minutes because Manatee are now the quickest in practice.
They've gone back fastest.
But yeah, I mean, they're a fast team. It's going to be a good battle. We need to see what they can do in qualifying, because if you can get your team together on that lap 1, then you can start controlling the race. So they need to split them.
This championship is perhaps the most exciting one at LMP2 Pro, because it's the 3 teammates at the top. Like half the dust, and still with a small chance. I think he got a post-race penalty last time out, which hurt his points a little bit. It'd be a long shot for him to challenge now. But Delachaz, Herbignier and Bernier all at the top of the standings. And of course, last time out, it was a good performance from Delachaz, who took pole position, but Herbignier pressured him all the way. A fantastic start from 4th on the grid to go to 2nd was sort of the beginning of the spike.
Yeah, it's almost like he knew when the leader was going. But yeah, it was a very good start.
Yes. And good job as well from Harper, Darson and Co to avoid that. And of course, there weren't any overtakes in this, but this is pretty much what the race was like for the entire time. 3-4 tenths between the pair of them, but Suzuka isn't an easy circuit to overtake at, and the LMP2 is really tricky to overtake in.
Yeah, I think Herbignier had one real shot at the beginning and went for a move near the end, but yeah, apart from that, they were just being respectful. Still racing, but respectful racing. Yeah, I mean, this was the close finish.
Yeah.
But he had an opportunity at the beginning as well, but yeah, tough fought.
It was very well fought between the 2 of them. And in the AMS, in the LMP2s, we've got Clement Quer currently at the top of the standings. Nathan Willoughby has sort of fallen by the wayside. He hasn't attended too many rounds. he is the most winning, or the winningest driver.
The winningest.
Yeah. Do you like that word?
It is not a word.
Okay. Do you not think it's a word?
No, it's a saying.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. I'll take your word for it. But anyway, Quer has not been the most winningest driver this season, but he's still at the top. Yours Ooms is second place, 12 points between the two of them. Do you think that could change hands?
It's tough. It's a very tough fought battle. Let's see. Ooms is proving to be a very fast driver. I like their battles. It's going to be going to be a good battle.
And in the teams, Della Chaz, a long way clear. That's what happens when you got the top 3 in the championship in your team. So, no surprise. But
Yeah.
Olkentech have been good, Hoffler does. Now, of course, Leonard Schnabel, one of the most improved drivers this season.
He is. He needs to get a fuel calculator, but very good driver.
Yeah.
Very good driver.
Very good driver.
Terrible pit stops.
Oh, the worst. Yeah. Let's have a look at our track. Road America. I was saying to you before we went live, but turn 1 is really good, especially in prototype cars, because it's one of the corners where you get on the power before you even reach the corner. Almost.
Sure.
Like you slow down and then you're accelerating straight through it, and when you're just able to get it right, where you hit the apex, but you're also on the earliest possible point, it's a joy to go through.
Yeah, and I was mentioning that this is one of the tracks where I'm not hoping we get the IRL updated scan anytime soon, because obviously the runoffs in 1 and 2 or 3, whatever you call it, is completely gone. It's tarmac.
Yeah.
I love the start of this lap. It's very high pressure at the beginning.
Yeah, they've very much done the Watkins Glen treatment on this place.
Yep.
In real life. I think even on the outside of turn 7, there might be
It's just
tarmac.
It's not even gravel. It's just high grip tarmac.
Yeah.
Yeah, silly.
Crazy. There, of course, in a lot of European circuits, they're taking it away now, but I don't think...
Because the motorbikes, right?
Yeah, well, certainly that was the reason for Spa. Yeah, to slow the motorbikes down. Of course, through the carousel at turn 9 and turn 10, and then into the kink, which in these cars is easy as anything. Even when it comes to dealing with traffic, it's easy flat. Through turn 11, the kink, and then Canada Corner, one of the most tricky ones, I'd say. It narrows up slightly. Pretty tough on the exit as well, not to dip a wheel onto the gravel. Do you know if there's run up at Canada as well?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Because that's the tricky one with the gravel, and then of course the final few corners. Bill Mitchell, Ben, I certainly know there's tarmac there now, and of course turn 14 to round out the lap. But we'll be seeing how the drivers are getting on in just a moment. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we're back, we will be covering the LMP2 qualifying.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Elkhart Lake and Wisconsin and the Spirit America circuit for the start of qualifying. Qualifying has just ticked over now, and so the LMP2 cars will be storming out of the pits. No risk of rain tonight. There is a 0% chance of rain. I think generally on iRacing Wisconsin, well, I think this is the only circuit really in this Wisconsin area. It doesn't get much rainfall, and in real life it doesn't get much rainfall. So yeah, no rain at all tonight, and we only have 2 more chances of rain before the end of the season.
How do you explain the luscious green grass with no rain?
They just keep it really well. They just have a lot of hoses.
Oh,
And
okay,
they just
brilliant.
keep it really well kept. Yeah.
What a state.
No, I looked at a map of rainfall across the United States because I was becoming suspicious of here in America. But yeah, besides like the deserts in the US, yeah, Wisconsin doesn't get a whole lot of rainfall.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad I know that now. Thank you.
I'm lecturing someone who lived in the country for 10 years.
Yeah, but I stayed where I lived.
I think it might be Delatraz at the front of the drivers. He'll be the first one to start a lap time. Grigorenko is fairly near the front as well.
Tim Perry with the full team livery on. Livery, I mean merch. No, I don't even mean merch, do I? I mean
Apparel?
apparel. Thank you.
And of course, Joris Ooms looking to get a good result. Once again, got his webcam up, which is good to see. And also got some pretty nice reflections as well off the cars. You do get a bit of a glow when it comes to this time of day in Sim. It is going to be getting later and later. Yeah, the sun's going to be setting as the race goes on.
I've always enjoyed LMP2 around here. I mean, I don't race it as much as I used to, but yeah, fantastic combo. This might be the first track I take the Ferrari GTP round when it comes out. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Magello seeing that Ferrari own the circuit, or Imola
No.
seeing that Ferrari own the circuit.
No. It's got to be something I can try the car out on, something very super familiar to myself.
So here is Delatraz. We're at the front of the field, and we go on board with him.
So flat here, a lot of
Yeah, easy
commitment.
flat. Yeah.
It's just about using minimum steer.
This one's very tricky.
Well, yeah, it's just easy to get it wrong because it invites you to carry a lot of speed. But yeah, the corner just washes away. Here, there's lots of schools of thought. Go out to the left, widen it to get on the throttle early. He is going to want to get on before that patch of dirt on the right there, which he does perfectly. As Sam was mentioning, this is easy flat. So again, it's just about using minimum steer to keep that speed up. This is easy in queue, but in the race can catch you out, especially when you're trying to fight and defend. It's so inviting again to go any deep, but it's so hard to get it back. That makes you track out all the way, trust that you're not going to get it off track, then get up on this curb on the right, as he proves me wrong. Oh wait, this is just easy.
Oh no!
Yeah, he
Phil
should have
Mitchell-
opened it up.
Yeah, there you go. Phil Mitchell bend is marginal flat, I think, on quali fuel.
I don't think it's worth it flat in the race, even if you
No,
could,
no.
just because you're going to just explode the tyre heat.
Yeah, and that curb on the outside as well can be a bit menacing as well.
I always fancy cheese after watching this race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the brand.
The real Sargento, the real cheese people.
Yeah. I mean, I fancy cheese anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm terrible when I'm cooking.
Well, you're just eating. You're like, okay, this is for the meal.
Yeah.
And then you get halfway through making it and you have to grate some more.
Correct. 100%.
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets up on the curb. Yeah. Last corner, again, easy to get wrong, especially in quali. When you're looking at your delta, you're thinking about how much time you need for a certain position. Very easy to get on.
Currently Watson on pole position. Adam Watson. I think he may have won. And Lewis Ward needs to correct me on this. I feel like it may have been Watson who did very well in Chaz Jacot's GT3 series the other day. And he won both races on debut, did Adam Watson. So he is on good form. And he's driving well in this session at the moment.
Yeah, he's a fast dude. I did the Nordschleife 24 with him a couple of years ago. I mean, it was more like the Nordschleife for 4 hours, but, you know.
Know how you feel.
Yeah. I think yours was about 6. It's nice. It's bad because you're going to lose iRating. It's a ruined race, but it's amazing how much free time you now have when you've just allocated 24 hours of your life. And I think particularly Mom was the worst. We just didn't get signed up because it was so laggy, and that's it. I just wandered around the house.
Here is Helder Sequeira, and he moves to 12th position. So still Watson at the top, and we have not seen the so often dominance Delachaz cars move to the top of the standings. When I looked at practice earlier on, they were the top 3. So one would think that they've got a bit more time up their sleeve. It is extremely close though. And only one of them has actually put in a lap time. Alexander Delachaz, we saw him go off on his first lap. Augustin Bernier, who needs a big result tonight to keep himself in championship contention. He's on a lap as well, but had his first invalidated as Tim Perry moves up into the top 5.
Yep. Habinio. It's very close to the top 12 thousandths between the top 3. I'm expecting them times to come down, to be honest. Yeah, the cars are looking good. This time of day is pretty nice for the livery representation. On board with Dan Blackwell, 3M. So he's Tim Perry's teammate, right? Yeah. What's temps out there? It's very cold. It's a very fast track. 23, yeah, it's a 24 track, 19 air.
Here comes John Williamson. Couple of personal bests on this lap.
Where did you get the Sun from? I think it's just Williams.
Dare I say Williamson? There is Fraser Williamson. I think I must be thinking of Fraser, I reckon.
Maybe. I can see how you confuse John and Fraser. Very similar names.
Oh, I mean, always, yeah.
Rolls off the tongue. Bernier there, yeah, we go 48.9, 3.5 tenths. And that's to Delachaz, so it's 6.6 tenths.
Yeah.
The Bernier found over what was first place. And yeah, Delachaz 3 tenths off that. So we're waiting from the improvement from Habinio now, really.
Clement Quer with a very good lap time to go top in the LMP2 AMS.
Yes, very nice.
Who took pole in that category last week.
This is a nice camera angle. So riding on board with John Williams. I was tempted. I resisted. Right,
We've had Habinio move up to 3rd, but Halfler Darson improved to 3rd now and goes back to the pits. So Halfler Darson in the mix, as he has so often been this season.
Yes, indeed. Let's see his line here. Full commitment on the track out. Trust you're not going to get the off track. Get it back in time.
This is a much better lap from John Williams.
Yep.
I think this will be more than enough to put him in the top 10. I think he's probably going to wedge himself between Perry and Jocelyn here. Gordon moves it to 15th. That's his first lap. Where does Williams go?
P8 maybe? Yeah, P8.
Oh, ahead of Perry. Very good lap.
You can see the GTPs getting ready. I can see them all, the pit lights lighting up on my board. They're getting ready. Can they navigate to the end of pit road?
They are not allowed to navigate to the end of pit road. They have to stay in their pit stall until their slot starts.
Okay, so they're probably just ready, like a standing start competition.
Yeah. Watson crosses the line for another lap, but he stays where he is. In fact, actually, sorry, that was an out lap, so he's just starting what will be his last attacking lap. These guys will get one more lap in if they choose to take it. Say that, Clement Crowe will be very close to the line. Oh, if he makes it.
If he makes it.
He's not going to make it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Car ahead made it, I think.
He did not make it, no.
Oh, that'll be disappointing for him. I think that was an out lap as well for him. Fabio Grissetto looking for back-to-back poles. He's got 4 personal bests in this lap. It's going to put him very close to Clement Quer, I think.
Yeah, 2 tenths to find, I think.
How far does he get up? He does just by under a tenth of a second. It is back-to-back poles for Fabio Grassetto in the AMS. And he will be pleased with that one. Didn't quite get the maximum out of the car for most of the session, but really delivered on that last attempt.
Yeah, I think Tim Perry improved at some point there, because I think Williams jumped him, yeah. So he did that nicely, because he's kept himself above the AMS. Right, GTP time.
Well, still Delachas trying to improve, but it's not a particularly good lap from him. Adam Watson with a couple of personal bests. He'd need to find a lot of improvement in order to move ahead of Herbinho. Henry Joslin as well still out there improving. Delachas isn't going to take pole here, but he might get closer. He does get closer, but Augustin Bernier, what a lap time that is. Really off colour back at Suzuka, but back in form tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was. Well, no, I don't think he was off form. It was just a terrible qualifying, if I remember rightly. And then he just had to make an avoidance on lap 1, and yeah.
Joslin moved up to 6th just at the last there. Big gaps, though. I know it's a long circuit, but this is one that everyone knows very well. I'm surprised that the gaps are this big compared to Suzuka. It seems like the Delachas cars have found something.
Yes, indeed. Oh, the GTP's... Yeah, this livery accents the car nicely, doesn't it? It looks mean.
I mean, it's hard to not make the Porsche look great. I honestly think the Apex Racing Team livery we have for the Porsche is the best ART livery we have.
No.
Obviously, you made it even better.
Yeah, by making it orange, right?
By making it orange.
The Apex Racing TV livery. Yeah. And obviously I threw on some Tag Heuer and some Porsche logos. Yeah. Big money signings. I love that livery. So, Tamas, you predicted for pole? Do we actually think it will be Manatee, Absolute, Beast? No, PS, Beast. That's what I'm calling. I reckon it'll be team-based.
You're going Noah's Ark.
I am going, yeah. Manatee, Absolute, PS, Beast. That's my prediction.
Okay, I'll go for an equally bold prediction and say that there won't be any teammates next to one another. It will be like Manatee, Absolute, PS, Absolute, PS, and so on. We'll see which comes true. Probably neither. Michael Harper-Darson saying that he thinks that I hate him because there's no rain. Unfortunately, it doesn't rain in Wisconsin. It doesn't rain in Wisconsin.
Michael, if you listen to like this VOD back, the first 20 minutes was Sam discussing topography and rain and clouds and participation.
Highlight of the broadcast, I think.
I'm surprised we made it to broadcast commentary.
We'll need to clip that on the socials.
Jason Nessera and Tamas first to lay down lap times. Segro as well, all very close. 1.7 temps separating the top 3.
Yeah, Origi currently 7 tenths off. Let's see what his teammate can do. And Anthony Bernard goes into 4th, but top of the GTP AMSO. He rattles through turn 1. Turn 2 always a very tricky one, I think.
It is.
Just to get through it corner.
Yeah, you got to be careful of the off track as well. Just dipping that one tyre, very frustrating. All comes down to confidence and commitment in the car. Like if you're feeling hooked up to the car, it's a good corner.
Do you know what Daytona's like in the wet? Do you know if it gets saturated to a level where even the banking isn't easy?
I've been there IRL, but no, it didn't rain. It was the coldest Daytona 24 in history at one point. My wife was chuffed. There in the middle of the night, and it is free. Like, not just see your breath freezes, and then you have a piece of ice.
What temperature was it?
I don't know. It was cold though, mate. I was cold.
We've had some more improvements from Longfellow and Lauritsen. Longfellow, of course, would really love a race win tonight in order to bring himself into championship contention. I'm seeing Henning Schwebig hasn't gone out on track yet for his lap.
Trotsky hasn't set a lap time either.
Also, new driver to the series, Philip Skuzen.
Oh, yeah.
A nice, easy name for us. And yeah, best of luck to him entering the final 3 rounds of the season.
Anthony Bernard, this should be an improvement.
Nope.
Oh, well. Why'd he finish it then? What are they doing?
Yeah, that's a good point.
What are you doing?
He was, well, to be fair, he was 200ths off. So until he got out that last corner, he thought maybe there was a chance. But, here is our one and only pole. And also our 3rd Philip of the series.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the question on everyone's lips is that a record? And I'm willing to say it is. 3 Philips in the series.
That is...
That's about 5% of the field called Philip. Unfortunately, no Philip Massa out here today. But we do have Philip Longfellow.
How many sectors is this track? 4?
6.
Right. Yeah, I was just testing you.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate that.
Yep. You did well. Congrats.
Norbert Tamas with 3 personal best sectors, but 2 non-personal best sectors. So by that, you'd assume that he should find the 200s that he needs in order to move ahead of Simone Nucera. Is it enough? It is, but only just. And if Nucera can find a similar improvement himself, then that would be enough for him. But Ashtarowski with another object, he is leaving himself with very little time, and he needs to rush back to the pits and get back out there. You will have about 25 seconds to spare, but he will have 1 shot at this qualifying.
Yeah, my prediction's not going too well. I mean, the absolute I mean,
We
it's
have
close.
got absolute, but maybe...
And PS, and Beast will just need...
Maybe Balash can move into 3rd.
If Tarowski gets P2 and the other Beast guy gets P7, you are done, mate.
I am, yeah.
They are not just all there, but they're in the right order. No, I'm feeling confident about it. I've raced Tarowski quite a lot.
Shout out to one of our sponsors for this series, Apex Racing Academy. And of course, Apex Racing Academy have begun their Black Friday deal. You get 40% off a annual subscription by using the code ACBF2024. So go over to apexracingac.com and get yourself a 12-month subscription for the cost of 6.
So when you said the code earlier in the, I couldn't understand why the code was what it was.
Oh, yeah.
But it's plain as day now. I can see it.
I needed to be told it. Even when I looked at it, I was like, nah, that's just the alphabet gone wrong. Benja mentioning in chat that David Santamaria is got the hashtag Racing for Valencia on his car. So good to see him supporting a good cause.
Yes, indeed. And that's too wide, I think.
Yeah, definitely, surely. But it was, it was a flying lap. Well, he's got 1 more attempt.
Yep, that's why he's probably maintaining the speed. Full push. Right, where's Tarowski out there, and what's the lap he's on?
He must just, he's just started one, I think. No, he's just crossing the line now. He's crossed the line with 11 seconds to spare.
Come on, P2 to keep the prediction alive. Come on. I'd hate to look stupid or worse, lose to Sam.
Time coming in for Henning Schwebig, moves up to P2 in the... Oh man, it's really possible.
And Jack Wells has just gone 7. Yeah.
It's Manatee, absolute, PS, beast.
So if this is P1 or 2, you are toast, mate.
Well, hopefully Nisera can go pole here. He's got 2 personal bests out of 5 sectors. This could be on for Simone Nisera. As Nino Seeger, I think, just improved, stayed in 3rd. Can Nisera take pole? No, he can't.
Where's Tarowski?
And the team is still on. Who else is improving? Longfellow, he's not going to upset the Beast Racing. Schwebig's on a 2nd lap, though. He could still improve, and he is improving. Tarowski might be held up by traffic. He's got Mads Luritzen right in front of him. He did not make a big enough gap before his lap, and this is going to heavily compromise him.
Well, at the moment he's getting benefit, but yeah, this last section, especially the second to last corner, he's flashing.
Well, I mean, Mads is on a lap himself.
Yep.
But he had another 11 seconds to play with, and he did not use it.
He's flashing like crazy, but...
No point in sending it. You just got to take the normal line.
You paid Mads, didn't you, to kill my prediction? Oh, when Mads has gone off anyway. What will it be? Is it enough?
No, it won't be P2. I reckon like P5.
Oh, so close. How can I be 1 car out?
Tarowski.
Oh.
P4. It would have so been P2. It would have been easy P2.
Yeah, it's less than a 10th.
I mean, maybe even pole. I mean, he lost a decent chunk of time in that final section of the lap, at least 2 tenths. Well, I'm saying he lost 3 tenths in the final 3 sectors in the second half of the lap, so could have been. I'll take it. But it was a good call in the end on that one. That is qualifying complete, and yeah, we'll wait for the drivers to get ready, and then we'll be gridding up for the second race. Of course, we've got Alexander Delatraz, championship leader in the LMP2 Pros, maybe our closest championship battle currently. Do you think he'll be driving this one differently, considering that he doesn't need to win the last 3 rounds of the season necessarily?
Well, yeah, he's racing his teammate Bernier, who's proved himself to be very rapid here. This is going to be tough. Hafler-Dawson's a very impressive driver. He's definitely going to try and split the drivers. He doesn't want them running 1-2, so he can get it done. But no, he will not be driving any different. There's no such. No, he will do what he knows best, and let's go for the win.
Sure. Let's see our grid then for this 75-minute race, a little bit longer than what we're used to. It's Norbert Tamas on pole position ahead of Simone Nucera, Antonino Segro in 3rd, then it's Blaž Tarowski, Jean-Thierry Arrighi, Anthony Bernand, Henning Schwebig is top of, Bernand is top of the AMS, then it's Schwebig, Wells in 8th, and then in 9th place it is Philip Longfellow, then it's Luritzen, Thesang, Kroll, Christofouli, Skuzen on his debut, and then in the LMP2s we've got Bernier on pole ahead of Delatraz. Then it's Hafler-Darson, Habinho, Watson, Joslin, Sazonov, Perry. Grissetto is top of the amateur drivers ahead of Clement Quer. He's then followed by John Williams, Yuri Grugenko, Dan Blackwell, David Santamaria, Ivan Revkov, Joris Ooms, Alexei Grodin, Luis Venaccio. And then in the final couple of places, Anton Oman and Helder Sequeira, who's starting on the grid, but with I think he had a qualifying ban.
It's going to be interesting, obviously, pointing out that Hibinho is behind Haftarson there, so he's very much surrounded here, so getting that P2 slot would be very advantageous. Let's see. Oh yeah, the graphics are looking great. Lovely time of day.
I don't actually know what time of day it is. I had to check that it's not going to like be sunset, but I think this is set up to be starting at 11 in the morning. So I don't know if we could see the in-sim time now, but I think it's like 2 in the afternoon, I guess, at this point. But it's 1:30. But yeah, it looks like sunset. But I think it's just because it's so late in the year that the sun is just always low and horrible, and it's dark all the time. So it won't get dark by the end of this race, but yeah, we will have these cool reflections for the whole race.
Norbert Tamas has surely got a very good Q record, right? All but one? Only missed a race.
I think you are right. I do have the stats. Tamas, pole, missed a race. Pole, didn't take pole.
Oh.
So, he's not got pole twice. He got beat by Turoski at Sebring.
Of
and
course.
he got beat by Lennart Schnabel, of course, at
Interlagos.
Yeah, what a show up that was. Schnabel going from 16th to 1st in consecutive qualifyings. So let's see what's going to happen in this race then. Noah Tamas on pole position, looking to get another race victory. He's got a couple of cars between himself and his teammate.
The leader usually goes halfway up the hill to cause poor traction for the guys behind. So you really want to make sure you nail your launch. Let's see when he goes. Oh, he's actually...
Yeah, well, they got to wait for the start zone.
Oh, the start zone.
So here is the start zone. They can go any time now before the start-finish line. He's leaving it. They're staying super close are the Absolute Motorsport drivers. He leaves it very late, pretty much as late as he possibly could, and he still manages to get a jump on the Absolute drivers.
Boxing out Turoski there to make sure they get a clean go.
And in fact, they're attacking one another through turn 1.
Delatraz all giving themselves drafts, look. And they've got Habinio through, yeah.
Yeah,
very cleverly done.
Third.
Very smartly done there.
Oh, we got a crash. Is that Jack Wells? No, it's Christopher Fooley. Matt Lewitz, and I think may have been involved in that one as well. And he is going to have to rejoin safely, which I'm sure he will do.
Yeah, I think he thought better of it when he saw 22 LMP2s coming at him.
Oh, we might have another
late
crash.
dive.
That's one of the Beast Racing cars who did not qualify well.
A big spin behind. Well, I say a spin. He was persuaded to spin by a piece of metal. Oh, someone's gone deep.
The Absolute drivers have just been blocking the entire circuit the whole lap, but they might be losing third position now.
Yeah, it's hard to go around the outside here,
on the brakes.
Oh, Turoski makes it look easy. That is job done. Yeah, that is job done. Oh,
no. Man.
Why, man? What are you gonna, what? Yeah, even this, what do you achieve? Apart from helping your teammate gap.
Jean-Thierry Arrigui with a good run on these guys. Having a clean run through the kink. Oh, he's going to send it. Oh, he just misses. Zigo desperate to get track position. Soren Kroll is off the circuit at Calendar Corner. Several incidents. Unfortunately, small scale.
Camera looks very different, or the lighting, or just looks in a different place.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah, Soren Kroll is dropping.
Oh, alongside Blackwell and Grigorenko. Blackwell winning out on that occasion, but look at that. We've got Soren Kroll, one of the affected drivers involved, or back in the LMP2 pack now. There is quite a big pace difference between the LMP2s and the GTPs at this circuit, bigger than most. So he should be able to make his way through very easily.
Yeah, he got all the long straights. It's just under the braking. It's not so much better. Oh. Wow.
Jos Ooms ahead of Luis Benaccio there.
Norbert Tamas, a comfortable 2.1 second Verstappen-esque lead.
I mean, I'm going to be an old man here and say that's a Vettel-style lead. Remember when Vettel used to drive off in the first couple of laps?
Yep. But then he spent what felt like 9 seasons spinning every race. So.
Oh, yeah.
It was so hard being a Vettel fan because I was a.
Oh, you're a Vettel? Oh, I mean, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, it was difficult.
I never, ever thought about going on that bandwagon. Skrusen is off the track.
Every race, I'm like, this is the one. Oh, he's spun again. Oh.
When did you start supporting? Please say when he was actually winning.
Taurus.
Oh, okay,
no.
Sure.
Yeah, he's winning in the rain.
In there from the start, then.
Yeah, he's winning the rain.
So some big changes in the LMP2s. Sort of some quite big changes. Further down the order, I mean, good start for David Santa Maria. We're watching this battle now with John Williams.
Yeah, he should be able to get this done. He's got the inside. Go nice and deep on the brakes. Oh, he's being pinched out wide. Let's see. He is going to get it done.
He's done it. Ahead of George Sazonov, he's had a poor start. I think he's down 4 places. 3 places is Sazonov from his race start.
Did we cover Clement? Down 10. Clement Queer? We didn't, did we?
I think he was involved in that turn 5 crash on that one.
What a shame. Our championship leader in LMP2
P2
oh.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think maybe you are right. That's
I'm starting to
sense.
challenge you with these statistics, mate. Oh, no.
And a slide. Good catch.
And there's a GTP in that bundle there. Yeah, that is Chris Afuli.
And he's absolutely bombed it around the outside, but he's not made the corner. And Chris Afuli's going to get past, and now Revkov will probably get past, and maybe Grodin as well. There you can see at the top of the screen the leaders in each of the classes. Grisette still holding on to the LMP2. Oh, he just moved across. And he gets some karma for it, but unfortunately, the third car was very unlucky.
He didn't just come across. That was... Yeah, mate, give it up. He didn't just... Oh, my God, look at that. He didn't just come across. Only... He changed direction so fast. I think he would have binned it if no one was there. Oh, door store action. That's Segro and Tarosky. This battle's still going on. It's
impressive that Segro's been able to come back at Tarosky. I sort of thought Tarosky would be off in the distance quick.
Well,
he's got good pace.
I mean, Segro got his Q laps in every time. Tarosky, yeah, he looked good on one of them, but, you know, he wasn't hooked up in qualifying, that's for sure. They get plenty of time. I mean, it's... In iRacing terms, it's a ridiculous amount of times, and he just didn't have it. I don't think it was Mad Ritlison's fault. It was Tarosky's fault for blowing the other 3 or 4. Hell, might have been 5.
So the gap between the two leaders is coming down, which is a welcome relief because Noah Thomas has just driven away from the field on a couple of occasions this season, but tonight they're staying close behind.
I can't believe how quickly he changed direction. Oh,
I mean, I'm looking forward to that replay. I don't know what... I think the chopper view would probably be the best angle.
I mean, I get what he was trying to achieve, changing lines, but why... A, there was a car there. B, why so aggressive? Why so fast?
Yeah, but it always feels cool, right, when you're doing like a dummy move or something, and you're like dart to the inside, Danny Ricciardo-esque.
Yeah, no, but talent first, then the Danny Rick moves.
Oh yeah, I mean the spatial awareness first.
All right, some replays coming in. So this is 3.
Whoa,
this is what happened to Chris Foley, right?
That's sort of just on that. No one did anything wrong there. Everyone actually did a really good job at leaving space.
I don't know, it's a race incident, but where's Chris Foley going? Why is he late into 3 wide there? Like, the door was always closing.
Oh no, that was the Sang. Killed Bernard. Quer and Sazonov. Oh, well, yeah, Quer lost it by himself.
Yeah, no one's involved in that. That's all on him. Oh.
And then the shoulder barge.
Oh, the poor guy that gets caught up in this, though.
But fortunately, he was the one who lost out most. Like that's what I'm taking from that. Like the Joe who caused it lost the most, at least.
Ready? Boom, boom, bang. Yeah, Christopher Lee, if you think about it in your head, he was the last to the corner. He was diving down the inside. It was 3 wide. He just didn't need to put his nose there.
Sure.
And yeah, he came off worse. And again, the team is it's over and over again. We're like PS, is it PS competition?
Yeah.
They're always caught in incidents. It's been feels like it's been all season long. Not always their fault, but just getting caught up in things, especially early in the race.
Dan Blackwell is 2nd place out of the LMP2 AMS at the moment, but he is stuck behind George Sazonov, who must have damage. Sazonov is a very good driver. I raced against George last week, and when I say raced against, I mean he was about a second lap faster than me and was really in a different division. But he's down 3 places from his race start so far, is Sazonov, so I think he must have damage.
Yes, indeed. Tarosky is following Nucera very closely. So he's definitely found his footing. But Seagra's still there. Oh, Philip is dropping the new guy.
Yes. Not sure if he made a mistake or not. Seemingly might have danger because we did see him have an off at that corner earlier on in the race. Helder Sequeira is up 5 places now from his race start. Alexei Grodin, the one retiree, I believe, in this race. David Santamaria had to take a pit stop. But besides that, I'm surprised only one driver's had to take a pit stop so far. I think a few of them are carrying ailments, but will limp until the necessary lap where they can make a pit stop.
So their team name has team in it? Or does every team have the word team at the end?
No, it's whatever they put into the entry form. Apex Racing Team, famously fantastically named team.
Yeah, I probably should have thought of that. I suppose. Okay, yeah, I'm being stupid.
This is alongside for second place. Has Turoski made it?
Has, yeah.
A Manatee 1-2. Nucera stays in play, but he cannot resist. And I think it may have been a mistake from Nucera, or maybe a little bit of traffic, because he's dropped off quite significantly from Tamas. And that is the overtake complete.
Yep. Yeah, it looked like Trotsky wasn't going anywhere because Segro was able to fight him very hard. But if Trotsky's now got free and got past Nucera, he's obviously got a lot of pace. Nucera and Segro are following. Segro is following very closely. I wonder if a move is on. I don't know. I imagine they're gonna keep it aligned. Yeah. Huge gap though. 3.5 seconds. Norbert Tomas is away from these three. And Jean Thierry is a 2.5 back from this. Henning Schriebel another further a little bit back. Henning obviously leading the AMS. Oh, George Sazonov is dropping. Yep, he is dropping hard. As is Delatraz has just been overtaken by Soren Kroll. Excuse me.
This is the closest fight on track. And yeah, I think now that Sazonov is starting to leak these positions, a bit more contact. I mean, Sazonov is losing so much time, and you do question whether it's worth him taking a pit stop. But a pit stop around here is more costly than pretty much any other circuit. It is an epic pit lane here. So long.
We have Owen Carroll in chat. Hello there.
Oh, wonderful.
My boy Wells doing it in the bin.
Oh, as Nucera has got back past Turoski, but Turoski with the cutback, Nucera fighting him very hard, pinching him to the inside, and Turoski maintains that gap, and every time they do this, it just allows Tamas to get further and further ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if Trossi's just slow in a straight line. I haven't been keeping up with him over the laps, but he's always having to defend here from the Absolute Motorsport guys, whereas Tamas has just disappeared. So it might be their set's just a little bit more designed for fresh air racing rather than having these guys follow so closely. But yeah, be interesting to keep an eye. But this is what, the 5th, 6th time Trotsky's had to go full on defensive now?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, boy, he's all right on that straight at least.
Yeah, maybe just little mistakes here and there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Owen's saying that my boy Wells doing it for the BMW.
Jack Wells, yep.
I saw in Owen's BOP this week, I think the BMW was the fastest car around here. Owen's free to correct me on that one, but I think that's what I saw on the graphic. But at the moment, Wells is, the highest placed BMW driver and the only BMW driver. It's Porsche, Acura, Cadillac, BMW, Porsche, Cadillac, Porsche, Acura, Porsche.
Mad Lauritsen's got ahead of Philip Longfellow.
Yeah,
George Sazonov is in a battle.
Bonacci just gone off the track.
Yeah, he was in a battle with Sazonov, so I wonder what's happened there.
Yeah, Sazonov may be reclaiming that position, I think.
Sazonov is down 5 positions with what happened earlier. Yeah, Mads Lauritsen's race is looking strong, up 2 positions, but this is as far as he goes for the meantime. He's 8 seconds back off the pack now.
All the drivers are expected to make 1 pit stop in this race. The LMP2s can pit anywhere between about 35 and 40 minutes. They won't really get any further than that. The GTPs should be pitting as far as 50 minutes. So that means that they can pit as early as 25 minutes. But they won't be getting beyond 50 minutes. So watch out for those pit stops later on, but yeah, there won't be any for a good at least 10 minutes, and for the LMP2s, no one wants to pit for another 20 minutes again.
Okay, Tarowski's broken that draft to Simon Nucera. Segro, I think Segro's looking the faster of the two.
Yeah, well, he's got the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, he's looking rapid. Teammate ahead. And John Arrigi's caught back up to these two. I think the battle in between Nucera and Tarowski has brought him back into life, because yeah, he's right on the back of them. Doesn't have a teammate after the incident earlier.
Yeah, Origi looking for his second podium of the season. He has been very consistent besides that. I think he's had a 4th, a couple of 5ths, a 7th as well. But yeah, just the one podium he managed to claim back at Zolder earlier on in the season. Very chaotic race on that day. The one race that Simone Nucera won, the one race... apologies, one of 2 races that Simone Nucera won.
And didn't he start this season as an AN?
He did start this season as an AM. If Nucera was still an AM, he's on 249, Schwebig on 199, so he'd be 50 points clear.
Yep.
Would have scored 25% more points than anyone else.
Yeah, he's way too fast to be an AM. I mean, he's almost 5.2k now.
Yeah. Quer moves past Sequeira.
Quer's got a long day ahead though, but the Gaglia's ahead of him. But still, it's going to be a long race.
At what would you be... I mean, you're never going to be over it necessarily, but at what point do you start relishing the challenge of overtaking the cars ahead of you? Especially in
an LMP2
minute race. But yeah, especially in like a 75-minute race when you got more time to do it, and you're thankful that if you can be that positive minded that you got some extra time.
It's depending. Sometimes you're still thinking about the incident or what caused it or the luck that you're having, and he's probably fighting the difference between how hard do I push to catch up, stay in the draft, do I fuel save, who of these are slow? So you start juggling and doubting the plan that you had from the start. But yeah, it's difficult in LMP2 without the draft, but he's going to make it work. But no, of course you relish it. It's tricky. You know, there's a gaggle ahead, and it's not easy to just pick off one at a time at my skill level. But no, you don't relish it. I think that's not the word.
No.
You don't think, oh, I've had a spin, I get to pass some people. That's never come up for me.
Yeah, no. it's never come up.
No.
Vinaccio is going to come back again at Sazonov. These guys have changed positions about half a dozen times. Isn't it going to be an extra one though? If we could ride on board with Sazonov, actually, I just want to see if he's got like any obvious steering damage, because on the outside the car doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, he's definitely lacking something. He should be definitely past a few of these guys already.
Yeah, he's no steering damage, it looks like.
He's going to get past where he's going to get lobbed here, for sure. 3 wide, 2 wide. Yeah, I'd say Sazonov's struggling. He just lost 2. And I think that looks like...
Oh, contacts. And more contacts. And through all of that, it was Clement Quer who ended up out in front, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sazonov sends it once again. These guys are losing so much time by battling, but they can't pit at this point. There's no point in one of them being smart and going, oh, I'm just going to get out of this and pit, because they've still got another 20 minutes till they can pit and get to the end.
Sazonov now down 6 positions. Clement Quer's only down 2 now. He's recovered pretty well. But the gap to Joris Ooms and Jurgenko is big now. The LM2 AM leader looking very strong. LMP2 Pro, obviously we've got Bernier with a 2-second lead over Delatraz, who has a 1.3 second lead over his teammate Hubinio. Half Dawson has fallen off, 3.5 seconds off the back of the Delatraz boys. Henning Schwiebel Oh, Sazonov
Oh,
is
okay.
in.
Right, yeah, he's had enough. He can't get to the end from here, but he wants a clean car.
Yeah, I mean, he's just being bullied, and at that point, you're losing too much time.
But yeah, will be 2 pit stops for him today.
Yeah, I mean, he'll never get it back. He should have just calmed, breathed, let them by, followed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's 25, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
you're losing.
all that fighting has cost him 6, and this pit stop 30. There's no way he's getting that back with a fast repair. What's the X limit you've set them?
20.
Oh, brilliant. I think Philip Longfair's on 2 since we've been watching.
But it's not too bad a circuit this for that, right?
It is T1.
T1.
Yeah,
but
T1 you can get quite a lot. Yeah, it is easy. What's the corner after the right-hander? Near the end of the lap. The name's just gone.
Bill Mitchell? Canada?
Canada. It's easy to get one there as well, especially when you're pushing.
A reminder that we got the Racing Unleashed GT3 series still in progress. We've only got 1 more round to go. We have crowned actually both of our Pro and Am champions for this season. But it's still free to enter. 1 more round at Sebring. Drive any GT3 that you like. And yeah, it should be a good season finale. That is on not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. But we do have pre-qualifying starting on Saturday running through to Friday. So you can register over at apexracingleague.com. You can also register for this series as well. A couple more rounds of this to go. And of course, do make sure to check out our Discord as well. There's a link to that in the description below, and you can see whenever we announce new series.
How many of these left? 3?
2 more to go after this.
2 more. What's after? Or can not be revealed yet?
That's the big question.
Oh.
You're free to leave hints. I wouldn't say explicitly say it.
No, then I'm not doing any hint. My hints are usually detailed explanations.
Sure.
Do you think these boys should have swapped position, Segro?
Honestly, I think either way, they're probably going to finish 3rd and 4th.
Fair, fair. I mean, they probably are still fighting. Segro might just be fuel saving. But they are dragging along Origi, who was well out of the draft at one point.
Well, Nisero pulled away, actually, but he just lost half a second on that last lap. So it seems to be sort of yo-yoing at the moment. But Origi only 800ths off the pace of Tamas.
Yeah, he's looking
on that
fast.
last lap. The Beast Racing guys having a very boring race. Schwebig and Wells totally by themselves. Occasionally you have like a team in Formula 1 or whatever, like a Renault or something, who are just obviously the 5th fastest and just spend the entire race just by themselves. And that's what Beast Racing are at the moment, in 6th and 7th place. Still good points. It's all that Schwebig needs for his championship bid.
Yes, indeed. So Half-Larsen just doesn't seem to have it in the dry here. 3.6 seconds off. But again, all of the Delatras automotive guys are separated quite a bit. Philip Skuzen, the new guy, got past Tim Perry. Oh, Tim Perry's back by, and off goes Philip Skuzen. So so he's getting back on the track. You get like Neo in the end, where you're just staring at the numbers and you can see the action on track.
Yeah.
Even though you're just staring at data.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. But I sometimes forget to look up and there's a screen.
As Phillips off at that corner again.
Maybe a bit of damage from the contact, maybe.
Longfellow being overtaken by Benand. That seemed very easy for Benand. Benand down 3 places, Longfellow down 1. Benand did spin on the first lap at turn 2. Turn 3, technically.
Yeah, I think he picked up a nasty knock on the side as well, if I remember rightly.
So yeah, Longfellow standing to lose more points. Not been a good race. He was ahead of Luritzen earlier on as well, but Luritzen is now well, he's a second and a half up the road. There he is in the bright pink.
Yeah, I mean, Mads is having a good race. He is 13.3 seconds off the guy in front, but solid at the moment. P8 up 2 positions. Sitting P2.
Anyone who's watching in chat, let us know who you're supporting for this race. We know we've got some support for the Andorran drivers, the Daza eSport, apologies, the ACA esports team. Of course, David, you know that Andorra, as I said last week, is in...
I haven't watched the thing you sent me yet.
No, but I told you where it was last week. But can you remember where Andorra is? The mountain range. As Jocelyn... Oh, that's a bad issue for Jocelyn. I did see he went off the circuit momentarily on the last lap, but he only lost about half a second, but that's much more costly.
I can't remember where you said.
It's in the Pyrenees.
Ah, okay.
Between Spain and France.
I said I probably drove through it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember now. Oh, he's parked it.
Hey, Alan Luth saying, who's running dead last? In terms of running, Federico Crisafulli, who credit to him, despite being 2.5 laps down, 1.5 laps down, is still going.
Sorry, I just realised I I said the team PS, I meant MAG. Yeah, Chris Fulli's MAG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was I mean, from the replay I saw, it was just a bit late and uncommitted to be on the inside there 3 wide. He may not have known, you know, it's the start of the race. It can get a bit feisty.
Good to see Yuri Grigorenko back. He's missed a couple of rounds so far this season, has Grigorenko. Otherwise, would have been right in play for the P2 championship.
Yeah, sitting P3 at the moment in the race, looking strong.
Yeah, P3 in the championship as well. Had a couple of second places, a couple of third places. But yeah, missed 2 rounds as well. Quer at the top of that championship ahead of Ooms.
Yeah, and he's only 4 seconds off Ooms now. Clement's climbing his way back through after the incident. But Joris Ooms up 6.
Yeah. Must have started, yeah, like
6 low.
Well, yeah, 6 low, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Your eyes were like lit up, like, wow, that's smart. I think he's just going to stay. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, very nicely done by you then. And of course, picking up at the odd off track there is quite easy as well, especially in the GTPs. Wow, we're almost half an hour deep into this. I don't expect anyone to pit early.
Yeah, I mean, the pit window is now open for the GTP. It's like if anyone's carrying damage, they could pit now and get to the end of the race. But this is a fairly high fuel consumption circuit, not a Monza or a Daytona.
Yeah, Rigi's looking, maybe he's just not fuel saving at all, Rigi, but he's hanging on to Seago very, very well. Trotsky laying down some good pace, 47.0 last lap. That's, yeah, it's pretty nippy.
Yeah, 4/10 faster than Tomas. He really needs to, well, it might be too late for the championship now, but Trotsky's, if he's going to improve on anything for next season, probably his qualifyings, because we've seen him pretty much have no efforts on the table 9 minutes into the past 2 qualifyings. And he's had to do it all on the last lap.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying. He can finish P2 in the race easily,
yeah,
but doesn't always qualify P2.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Shouts out as well to Virtual Racing School. Their summer sale is still in progress. It maybe should be renamed at this point, but you can think of it as a Black Friday sale. But you can still get 30% off VRS products over at apexracingsim.com. Thanks to VRS for supporting that, and of course you can check out their bundles as well when it comes to their wheel rims, their wheel bases, their pedals as well. And of course, exciting new products as well coming to the VRS range over the next few months. Keep your eyes peeled on the Apex Racing Sim social media for that.
Fastest lap from Segro. 46.7. That's fast.
Yeah.
He's
not
feeling the
serving him
pressure.
well at the moment, though, is it?
No, Arigi's all over him.
He can't replicate it. He's lost nearly 4/10 to his teammate that last time out, so it seems like the switch was not the right call. As Segro Nucera just about managed to clear that LMP2. These guys are going to have to deal with that LMP2 now, though. There is Anton Oman. And
They won't be dealing with it here. They're going to have to tuck in and wait.
they'll be hoping that they didn't get unlucky with Oman.
If he doesn't get before the last corner. What did I miss?
No, nothing, just sometimes I accidentally say stuff.
I'll watch the log back. Lap 18.
Anthony Bernand is chasing down Mads Lewis, and we sort of knew that this was going to come for Bernand. On this last lap, he gains just a couple of tenths of a second. The lap before, actually, they were pretty much matching one another, so Bernand's pace advantage has sort of neutralised quite a bit since losing a bit of time on lap 1. But he is nearly there. Of course, now 2.5 seconds ahead of Philip Longfellow, and then they've got a huge gap up ahead to Jack Wells, some 15 seconds to the Beast Racing drivers.
Luis Vinacho and Philip Schuzen both into the pits, although Philip's pit stop was rather long, 52 seconds. That's it's not a penalty.
Oh, contact, and Schuzen in the wall.
Well, that fixes the long pit stop issue.
And these should give up on that one because the rear tyre is barely attached to the car.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just come out of pits. I wonder if he's dropped it on exit there and caught the car behind out. We'll get a replay to analyse it because I looked up at the screen as it was happening.
He was very slow through turn 1. Durchas did just drive into the back of him, but I think he may have been understandable in that one. Apologies, it was Bernier who went into the back of him. You wonder if Bernier's going to have damage from that. He did lose half a second as well. But
I'm not sure why Philip was so long in the pits. I'm trying to think. It's not a penalty. 40 seconds plus nothing gets you to 52. No, that's 12-second pit stop. I'm not sure. 4 tyres and all the fuel, that's still not enough. I'm not sure. I think he missed his box, 4 tyres, fuel, and then 4 more tyres, and then he had
I mean, it is possible, right?
Yeah, missed his box, 4 fuel, 8 tyres. Calling it. I told you one time I put 9 new tyres on my teammate's pit stop during endurance.
Sure, yeah.
I'm such an idiot, mate. It all just happened so fast.
Or you just kept on ticking him.
Not as a...
You're like, did they do it? I'm going to tick it again just to make sure.
No, I lost it for a second.
They replaced the tyres, right? And then you're like, did they replace the tyres?
No, it was
and
even worse. I started setting up the next pit stop, mate. Why he stopped? What am I doing?
No, I mean,
so I ticked them all.
You're like the worst person in that.
Yeah.
Because not only are you, because you're being a tryhard, that's no, like you're being really like obsessive over it, and you managed to mess up your own team.
It got worse though because the 9th came from me trying to untick it. It had unticked. I ticked it, and it started taking one more. He was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry." So you've got 9 new tyres. You are good. Aye, aye, aye. Right, Anthony Bernard really hunting down Mads Eriksson here. just that gap between Arrigo and Seeger is finally opened up. It's 1.2 seconds, whereas it had been 2 to 3 tenths for the last 5-6 laps. All right, let's have a look at this.
I mean, it almost looked like he was trying to let past.
An LMP2.
Yeah. Well, I think he's struggling a bit for pace. But yeah, I think
he's just come out of pits.
Oh yeah.
I think he's on brand new rears or something. I mean, that isn't on the LMP2. That is not how you let another car by. Not at the apex, off of an apex, half-assing it. You either let them by or you don't. You don't. Yeah, half-assing it is just dangerous. Shame. I can tell you exactly what the LMP2 said. Bye. That's all he said.
Well, I think he'll be saying, do I have damage on my car? Do I have a mark? I don't think he did.
I think he barely touched him.
Yeah. Well, Bernier did lose 3 tenths in that last lap, but I think, genuinely, I think his sectors have been all right. Cap 2.5 seconds at the front of the LMP2 standings. If anyone's just tuning in and not familiar with the series, the black is GTP Pro, the green is GTP AM, the red is LMP2 Pro, and the blue is LMP2 AM. Of course, the GTPs and the LMP2s have identical cars. Like there's zero difference between the in terms of the Pro and AM categories, but they're just different driver ratings. Blackwell and
the skill's different.
The skill's different. But I'm getting a bit stuck here. Oh, wow, okay. There you go.
Mads has reprofiled the left-hand side of his car. Yeah, I think he was just in his mirrors there. I'm not really sure. That was the one time that Fernand was further back and it all went wrong.
Do you think Lewitson will be mad about that mistake?
He will be very mad about that, yes. Very well. Very done. Very well done. Can't get my words together. Trotsky closing up on Tamas, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, is Tamas? No. 2.6 seconds. It's definitely come down a chunk since I last checked in.
Yeah, I mean, I think it peaked at about 3.6, right? Yeah, well, there you go. On the thing, it's 3.5. It peaked at. So, yeah, down to 2 now. But you can see the vast majority of that gap came in the last lap.
Oh. Also, Origi is back in the draft of Segro and very close again. Bernier in, Delatraz in, Michael Hofferdarson in, Adam Watson in.
Well, that's as far as the fuel goes. That's really tight on fuel then, isn't it? I mean, we are halfway through the race. So they might need to save a lap of fuel.
They're all in. Tim Perry, Grassetto, John. So we're going to keep an eye on the pit times.
Bernier using a glass, a fairly risky
4 seconds
thing.
of drinking water, yep. Delatraz with the stretch.
All taking tyres obviously because it's free tyres. Because the amount of fuel that they have to put in the car.
The Bernier obviously wasn't worried about damage. He would have come in earlier. Oh no, I suppose the fuel was that tight. He still, I doubt, would use his fast repair though, because he'd need it in the bag. Very good stop from Bernier, although Delatraz was slightly quicker. Not by a lot though. Yeah, Delatraz with the fast. Oh no, Adam Watson even quicker. Grassetto, good pit stop. All very similar pit stops. Very fast pit stop from John Williams. He is proving again and again and again to be a fuel-saving weapon. I think last race it was huge.
I think he may have cleared Fabio Grassetto because of that.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Although last week he fuel-saved amazing, but missed his pit box.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you just spent 40 minutes perfecting it. But just scanning down, good pit stops by everyone. Dan Blackwell also with a very good pit stop, jumping 2 in pits there. Very good pit stop. I saw him climb 2 positions because of his very fast pit stop.
Abinho managed to go 1 more lap but I think was a bit of a detached P3. I would be surprised.
Well, if he can lay down a 33-second pit stop.
Well, he needs it if he's going to take points off Alexander Delachaz in the championship, top 2 in the championship, Bernier 3rd place in the championship. If we had Bernier, Herbignier and Delachaz as our top 3, that would make it a bit more interesting, the title fight going into the final 2 rounds this season.
Yep, I'm keeping an eye on Herbignie's pit stop. I mean, it's bound to be fast if he managed to go an extra lap, but let's see. He needs this to be low 34. Whereas the Delachaz, well, Bernier's was actually quite slow, 36.1, 35.3 from Delachaz. You need to low 34, and it isn't that.
35, 36, yeah, it's very average.
No,
he's banking on the extra lap.
It's a poor pit stop. He is the slowest pit stop of them all.
And he will be a long way behind.
Yeah.
Still ahead of half the Darson, though, comfortably. That's not half the Darson behind us, I believe. I think that's an LMP, GTP.
So that's all the LMP2 pit stops served. God, I'm looking forward to this Origi Segro pit phase because yeah, Seago's really dropped off. I mean, he was hunting Turoski. He looked like he had the pace over Nucera, but those days are gone. He's 3.6 seconds detached with Origi following very closely.
Well, the top 3 on that last lap all matched one another, all in the 47s. Their pace is very good, the top 3 in particular. I mean, we had two of the top three set their personal best laps on that last lap. So, tyre wear, not much of an issue.
I tell you, Turoski is catching and catching and catching. We are going to look up soon. It'll be 1 point something seconds.
Tamas never was convincingly faster than everyone else. Like, obviously, he pulled out 2.2 seconds on lap 1. And then benefited a bit more from the bat stain. But, like, it's clear that Tamas isn't as dominant as he was at Suzuka. Even though in qualifying...
Yeah, Tamas's gift is qualifying. He just puts his lap down. No questions asked, no off tracks, job done.
Of course, now it turns into he's going to get lucky with the traffic. Looks like Turoski's not going to get unlucky with it. He should... Oh, no. Well, he actually...
That is a GTP.
That is a GTP, yeah.
So that looks like Mads. So these two meet again from qualifying with all the flashies.
Mads already pitting, of course. That's why he's being lapped.
Yeah, he pitted last lap when Herbignie did.
I think Longfellow got ahead of Luritzen in the pit stop. Longfellow with a 2.5 second quicker pit stop, 3.5 seconds ahead now. Was behind before the pit stop. Of course, both me and David are a big fan of this circuit, as we were discussing earlier on, and we did a tier list earlier on the late Apex, over on the Apex Racing Team YouTube channel. And you can go watch that now over on the team YouTube channel, or listen to it wherever you stream podcasts. We're also going to upload the tier list as a separate thing as well on the Apex Racing Team YouTube channel as well, which you can watch along and see if you agree with us on our picks. I think we actually didn't make any controversial calls. I think Monza was maybe our most controversial.
Monza, yeah. Interlagos, we shun a little. Oh, no, I think it got promoted at the last minute.
Yeah, it got promoted, I think, at the last, yeah. So.
Okay, the Manatee boys are in.
So good news for Absolute. Could Nucera jump Turoski? I mean, he wasn't far behind. Because they're going to need to get lucky with the...
They both did a lot of fresh air driving. I don't think there's a lot in it. I think Tamas and Origi are the best to stand for fuel. I don't know. It depends on their driving. It's hard to guess with just looking at numbers.
Schwebig and Wells driving their own race.
You're not allowed to drive someone else's race. It's forbidden in iRacing's rules.
Sure, yeah. You don't think they could maybe swap accounts now? and say, well, Sam said we were driving our own races, so, you know, if he says that, then it's fine. Here goes Tamas, and he was a second faster than Toshki, so the gap did come down a little bit, but it's restored back up to
Yeah, I mean,
2.6.
Trotsky had to defend. There was a lot of fighting. He had to push to open up the gap to the absolute guys. That is an awful pit stop for Jack Wells. 38 seconds. And
It's worse for Schwebig. Very bad for Schwebig.
yeah, I'm assuming Schwebig's got a 40-second. And Benand with non-great pit
Man.
stop.
He could lose the lead here. Could, well, yeah, Benand is out, isn't he? So, awful for Henning Schwebig. I think it is a 40-second hold, which means he should leave any second now.
Yep.
And he does, so yeah, it was a speeding penalty.
Yeah, and then poor pit stops. Mad Laritzen, I mean, he's in the pits for four seconds too long. And likewise with Jack Wells.
Origi making up some time. He's pushing it right to the limit on the pit limiter.
This Origi, this is going to be fun.
I think, I reckon Nusa will be P2, yeah, after this pit stop. A really good in-lap for him. It wasn't a quick pit stop for Turoshki. I think it's going to be Tamas, Nusa, Turoshki in just a few minutes' time. Seagrove versus Origi, though, I'm not sure. I think maybe Origi saving the fuel that I think you were speculating about.
Oh,
Mike.
yeah, Origi's got this. Origi looked like he had pace to spare as well, so it always means you're fuel saving if you can't get past. Yeah, I think he's got this. Great pit entry as well.
Nusa still stationary. Here he comes. Where is Turoshki? He is ahead of Turoshki. And he's in
Oh,
fighting
this is
distance.
close behind.
Oh,
really
he's still
close.
just ahead.
Oh.
Origi misses out. Origi was actually longer
Yeah.
in the pit stop, but we don't know if maybe he made up some time on
Like,
the
it was
entry.
5,000, so there was
Yeah.
nothing in it.
I mean, they were basically on top of one another when they came into the pit stop, right? So
yeah.
if
This is Origi's time to do it right now.
Oh, here comes Turoshki as well. This is his time to do it. He's already overtaken Nusa one time. He's going to try to do it
I
again.
think he did it here last time as well.
But Nusa just takes the racing line and stays ahead. Here's a bit further back. Zuko managing to get an LMP2 now between himself and his rival.
Yeah, that's not going to help Origi one little bit. Turoshki with the quadruple switchback.
Well, if Turoshki wants to help out his teammate, he is doing so. Just as we saw in the early stages, the gap increasing as these two fight. And Norbert Thomas will be delighted to see that.
So Nucera's pit stop was the fastest of anyone's. Very good. 33.82. That's a second quicker than Tamas and, crucially, 2 seconds quicker than Turoshki.
He might get a car between himself and Turoshki here.
Well, indeed.
Not too bad for Turoshki. He was able to get past before Bill Mitchell.
Phil Mitchell, wasn't he in his
No,
EastEnders?
Bill, I said Bill Mitchell.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
But I did have a slight panic there. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, did I get it wrong?
Good old Phil Mitchell.
So that is all the pit stops done then. We're not expecting really many more pit stops to the end of the race. I mean, Sazonov came in early, but he retired. So I thought he might make 2, but he's just making the 1. And yeah, everyone else all clear to the end.
Yes, indeed. So the fights to watch for are Turoshki and Nucera, Clement Quer and Yuri Greganov, and Vanacho and Helda Suquera.
There you go, yep. I think that's how you pronounce it, at least. I assume it's not a double K. Sakura. Also, we're in an odd state of affairs. Look at the colour coordination on the timing tower. It's just all like it would make no difference basically right now if we put it in class order, because they've made themselves into class order.
Correct, yeah.
Which, for all the stick you give me about, oh, this person's should be a pro, this person should be
I
an
do,
ARL.
yeah.
actually, for this race, it's bang on.
It is. But where's the rain, Sam?
Ah, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. It should be starting to drizzle now, like the 50-minute mark. Nothing major, just a little bit of drizzle to the drivers start getting that higher heart rate, thinking, oh God.
I think the drizzle 10 minutes ago would have been good because they would have had to make the call at the pit stop. Do I go for wets? No, but do I go for wets now when it's still dry?
Oh, I get you.
But
right,
in
yeah.
5 laps time, it will be wet.
Don't do that, by the way. Put the wets on while it's dry. That'd be awful. Yeah, I'd love to start seeing that from iRacing. They really missed the mark with this. It's dry, or it is monsooning before the start, during the race, and all the way through.
Sure. Well, I had an Interlagos race, which was dry to wet.
Nice.
Which I liked.
Nice.
But yeah, I think I may have just got lucky with that one.
Yeah, I had a Suzuka week in LMP2 for IMSA. Oh my God, it was mixed conditions. It was so good. No one knew what to do. You didn't know if you was winning or you were losing.
Oh, close battle here between...
No, I think he let him by in the end.
Yeah, that's Grigorenko past Quer. That's a point loss for Quer there, but he is ahead of Joris Ooms still.
Matthew Crisp in chat, so sad I couldn't make it home for the start. Was really feeling good in practice. Also, Abruzzi, yes. Right click, heavy rain, yes.
Yeah, Alan pointing out that. Oh, contacts.
Oh, is he going to wait? No.
Well, considering that they were laying each other past just a moment ago, that seemed very aggressive. Ooms moves past Quer, past the pair of them. And that battle, which has been going on for a long time, comes to a negative end. But yeah, what a result this would be for Ooms. Ooms second place in the championship, behind Clement Quer by 12 points going into this round. If it ended like this, he would be 11 points behind.
Yeah, still a lot to play for. Alan Loof, iRacing has no drizzle. It has dry or arc with 2 of each type of weather. It's true. It does feel that way. It does feel that way.
Have you tried Spa in the wet?
I did the 24, Spa 24.
Oh.
Yeah, and me and Brian were up for 4 or 5 hours, just the 2 of us doing the rain, and it was very demanding in Radion. Very, very demanding.
Luritsen's going to be overtaken by Kroll here. If Kroll can get round smoothly, Luritsen's round. Well, he'll avoid the wall. And he gets overtaken by Schwebig. That's a free position for Schwebig. So Kroll, he started from the back, didn't he? And had an issue, I think, in the early stages. Because he's had a tough time. Schwebig, the other Beast Racing driver, one of the other Beast Racing drivers, having a tough time after his long pit stop. And they both get past Mazowitz.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, the reason why I brought up the Spa thing, sorry, was because we were hosting an event for some amateur racers. Let's say we're all amateurs. Well, maybe you've earned money before. Well, I won.
I have earned money. Yeah.
I won money when I won the BSR Radical Winter Series Championship.
Yeah, let's go.
And but these are like proper beginners, shall we say? And they were spinning on a top in the GT3s and GT4s at Spa, and like really like. When I was watching them, I was like, are they doing that much wrong? Because they were just... But I think, honestly, their issue was that they were racing the racing line.
Right.
And
I assume Radion was the big one, as it peaks over.
That was one of them, honestly, but even like Lecumbe, just turning into Lecumbe.
Yeah. So me and Brian both had the same incident coming up Radion where the rear went, but we managed to catch it, save it, and stay at the wall. But yeah, it's really demanding. There is one line, and you've got to be hyper precise.
Yeah. Got some more replays.
Oh.
So Turoshki getting involved with a back mark, and that's hurts him. So
This was Grigorenko and Quer.
So that was...
weren't good.
Quer coming back at Grigorenko, right?
And this is the Mad Luritsen. I don't think there was much in this when I saw it.
Yeah. I mean, Kroll's given all the space in the world.
Oh, yeah, Mads just tracks out. Yeah, okay. And then just a bit of an NDM spin. Let's see. Yeah, I think Mads is too far to the left, which means he's way too far to the right, yeah. Wow, great avoid. So one thing we did at Spa during the 24 is you can change the wing now. I thought I'd never use that.
Oh, sure.
You just crank up the wing when you put the wets on. Oh, my God. My God, it was worth it. The hard bit was transitioning it back down as you're starting to go.
Yeah,
that was actually quite scary. Like, yeah, go on, take. Do you want it all the way down? Like, no, give it 2 clicks. And next pit stop, maybe another click. And yeah, to be honest, when I heard that feature announcement, I thought, it's useless. No one's going to use that. First endurance, I'm like, yeah, I'd love more wing.
Yeah.
It's raining. What do you think?
We just saw a pit stop for Son Kroll. I think
he boxed really early, I think, didn't he?
So was it Kroll? That was... Someone pitted. Oh, maybe it was a drive-through, sorry. Okay, sorry, I couldn't see it on my pit count thing. But yeah, Son Kroll, maybe it was a drive-through.
So Fabio Grosseto looks like he's now easily got this in the bag for the LMP2 AM win with a 12-second lead after Quer and Grogenko came together.
I don't want to be harsh about Fabio here, David, but I've commentated on more races than you about Fabio.
Yeah.
And even the races that you commentated on about Fabio,
yeah.
I don't think you should be saying quite as complacently about that, because Fabio, whilst being a very quick driver, let's just say he should have won more races than he has done.
Yes, he definitely should have. He won last week, didn't he?
He did win last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, went from 13th in the championship up to 12th. That's not much for a race win, is it? And he went up 1 place. Well, if he wins tonight as well, he will move up.
But I think he barely scored a point in 5 rounds.
Yeah. Well, yeah, his results this season: DNF, like 6th, DNF, 5th, win. Contact. So we were looking at results. Longfellow.
That was Clement again, right? And Grogenko. Yeah, these two are...
Yeah, Grogenko gets past, but it was all involving Longfellow. I think he was moving past the pair of them. And Longfellow loses out to Schwebig. So Schwebig, despite that awful pit stop, everyone's going off around him.
Let's say these two have unfinished business.
Yeah, this is not going to work. He's going to send it.
No, really?
They collided at this corner before, and somehow they haven't collided again. But now that Grigorenko's passed, I think he's got the pace to pull away if he can escape.
Yeah, but it's hard to dodge a missile when that missile can only see red. Let's see.
Oh, has Quer got damage? No, it's all right. I thought his cut. Oh, no.
Oh. Right. Yeah, it's not been the best racing between them. Very Verstappen-y.
Here it is. So we were both not watching the racing at the time.
Well, I don't know what the GT. Well,
LMP2.
No. Yeah, it's on the LMP2
somewhere.
Yeah, because you have to remember the GTP is taking a compromise line. He was completely alongside, completely his line, but he's compromised, right? There's a car completely next to him. You have to remember they're going to be slower through the corner than, well, even in LMP2.
I mean, yeah, honestly, it looked right there like Clement didn't even care about where the other car was.
Oh, my God. Yes, he didn't seem to care. But yeah, too many incidents between them two. Don't like to see it. Surely Clement's got to be close to a drive-through on my math in my head.
Yeah, you'd think so. You would think so.
Anthony Banan having a good recovery race, right? Because he had the big shunt at the beginning. Was it? He got caught up with Mads, I think, at the start. I can't remember anyway. He's leading GTP AM.
Yeah, yeah.
16-second lead.
I forgot he was last at one point.
Yeah.
And was on the comeback really for the first part of the race. And everyone has just had an absolute mare in this class today. Kroll had a mare. The Sang got involved in an instant, right? He killed someone on lap 1. Longfellow had that instant we just saw. Luritzen, I can't remember what happened to Luritzen, but something happened to it.
Luritzen's had everything.
Sure, he's had too much.
Yeah, he's had everything. Luritzen's had everything.
And of course, Schwebig had the long pit stop.
he's had three major accidents, I think. Not necessarily all his fault, but he's been involved in most of the features. I'll tell you what, one of our most competitive and fun classes has been... Right, here's what happened to Lauritsen. Oh, this is the deep one.
Oh, of course. This was the curse. Yeah.
No, this was just one. He had an incident at the last corner as well, and I think he was involved in the Banand incident as well.
But when that incident happened, I said just before,
yeah.
He's getting held up, and then he went straight on.
Yeah, so our most competitive class all season has been completely... We haven't covered it because nothing has happened. Anthony, Augustin Bernier, Delatraz is 5 seconds back. Herbinio is 4 seconds back. Halfdarson 6 seconds back. Watson 7 seconds back. Tim Perry's 8 seconds back. John Williams 3. Henry Jocelyn had a major accident at the start, and George Savanoff has been unfortunately involved in quite a lot this race. Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing's really happened since lap 2 in LMP2.
I think you sort of get that sometimes with the LMP2s because, dare I say, and I think as someone who drives the car quite regularly, it's quite an easy car to drive. And I think like you sort of get a consistency in it quite easily.
Sure.
And so if you do have a 2/10 gap over someone else, genuinely you'll just pull away by 2/10 each lap.
But the LMP2 AM category has been like
Yeah.
Thunderdome.
No, you're right, yeah. Oh, Lauritsen's had an off.
He has indeed.
Another one. And he's lost his rear wing because of it. It's turned into a Porsche.
You don't mean Porsche, you mean Peugeot.
Oh, Peugeot, sorry.
And they've
the
added
old
a wing.
one.
Yeah.
They've added a wing now. So the gap between the two leaders is closing in.
Wow,
In fact, the gap between the top 3 is closing in 2.3 seconds.
Nucera with the fastest lap of the race. And not just that, he's dropped Tarosky by 1.3 seconds.
On the last lap, they were all within 600ths of a second of one another.
We know Nucera has the skill. He is a race winner, I'm saying confidently.
A double race winner.
Yes. So that's why I say it so confidently.
Yeah, and of course you know the tracks were... Because you were...
Yeah, he won at, let's say, I can't even remember tracks we've been to. He won at, name some tracks. You're going to have to think of tracks he hasn't won at first, aren't you? Yeah.
Well, that's difficult. Did he win at Sebring?
He did.
No, he didn't. Did he win at Spa?
Yes.
No, he didn't.
Okay, I don't know then. I don't know. Suzuka.
Silverstone?
Yes.
No.
Because we're running out of tracks.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I reckon he won at the 2 we haven't named yet.
We haven't even... Have we been to Silverstone this season?
So it was a trick.
No, it was he won at Zolder and he won at Interlagos.
Oh, of course, the Interlagos fuel thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah, that was a strange win, right? Because it all unfolded in the last... I mean, it was quite short, wasn't it? 5 laps. It was... The pit stops came so late into the race for no tyres, whereas some of the guys had taken tyres early on.
So gap down to half a second.
Yeah, really reeling him in.
And like Tarosky's closing in as well, like 1.3 seconds further back. Seagro's pace in the second half of the race has been solid.
Yeah,
but
but
I would
it's
say
detached, so far detached, 6 odd seconds.
Yeah. Origi as well keeping with him. Chackwell's having the loneliest race.
Matt
Been caught by
Lauritsen-
Fernando.
Has he pitted? 33. What lap are we on? Yes, he has. Okay, so he took the faster pair.
Oh, he's just gone off the track as well.
Yeah, that's not... Yeah.
Well, if he retires now, I don't think he'll get points. You need to finish less than 6 laps down in order to get points.
Righto.
So gap now at 3/4 of a second. You know these cars very well. How realistic is a move actually here in terms of like the toe, in terms of the dirt?
Yeah, very. Well, very up to that 3/10 window, and then, yeah, you need to start getting them offline. You need to force, especially at this level where Norbert is very skilled. You're not just going to blow by, no. You can get up to that 3/10 window, but then, yeah, he's going to have to start filling his mirrors and He needs to get Tamas to make a slight mistake. But the pressure will be on. We've still got quite enough time in the race to cause problems. And it does look like Nucera does have either the tyres or the confidence right now, because we had this with Tamas the last stint, where he looked unquestionably the fastest, and then Toroski just started really closing up just before the pit stop. What's impressive in all this is Nucera's pit stop time was, let's remember, a second quicker than Norbert, and he's pushing right now.
Yeah. And of course, so important when you look back at it that he managed to stay ahead of Toroski out of the pit lane.
Yeah.
And there's been so much battling. You think like they lost 2.5 seconds on lap 1. Then you had that long battle as well a few laps into the race. Then they were battling coming out of the pits. I mean, in terms of time lost battling, you're probably talking like 4 or 5 seconds. I think Tamas fundamentally has not been the fastest driver in this race, but he took pole position.
Yeah, he's so good at qualifying. He just delivers his practice lap almost without foul.
So this is a little bit closer. It's 0.68 the gap now between the two of them. A bit closer than it was on the at this time on the last lap. And of course, we now get onto the part of the circuit where the draft starts to really kick in. But you'll probably only be gaining about half a tenth down this next straight. And in fact, as I'm talking, he's actually losing time. Wasn't a good exit from the final corner. And now Toroski is closer to Nucera than Nucera is to Tamas.
Where did Origi's pace go? Because he really looked like he had the number on Segro, but it's just gone. Maybe saving it for a little bit later, but we're running out of time.
Seems like it's the first 2 corners that Nucera's faster.
This has really brought Toroski back into it.
Yeah. Gonna be under 6 tenths.
Danny Salo with the weekly Apex Oval mention.
No.
Oh. So not even a...
If he can get 50 friends to sign up, then he's down. And I want a list of names, please. List of names, list of entries, and preferably like 40 quid from each.
Oh, wow.
And then we're...
And how much goes towards Apex, or is this all personal funds?
Well, no, that's like an indication of interest, isn't it?
Ah, okay.
That goes to me. And then then they pay the entry fee and such.
Brilliant.
So if Danny can do that next week, then I'll think about it.
I suppose the biggest problem is reaching those drivers, right? I mean...
I think all of us Europeans, as much as we hate to admit it, we all have a bit of that desire to be in an oval race, right?
Yeah.
There's that element of, and I hate to say it, but like it's more of a it's less of a strategy. It's more of a strategy race and less of a talents.
It would have to be a late night race to really appeal to the audience. I mean, when I'm on Twitch, there's no oval racing during the day, but at night, it's all oval racing.
Sure. Danny's saying he's already got 10% of that. Yeah, I know, Danny. You could probably get the old Contech guys in.
Yeah, there you go.
Then Art and Co would be down. Michael Half-the-Dust, I think, took part as well.
Mads Lauritsen is in.
He's oh, yeah, what? So did he go out again?
Yeah, this is pit stop 3.
Well, I think he may have completed enough laps now to be classified. Which is what he wants. A little bit of time lost here for the P2 man of Nucera, having to get past the back marker, but he's within half a second now. And it's Toroski he's going to lose out big time. He's going to have to hold behind this next corner. Yeah, this is half a second gone for Toroski. Maybe not quite that bad, but still 3 tenths.
This is going to be an exciting end. It's usually the LMP2 pros that give us the exciting end, but this is going to be a very exciting end in GTP Pro.
And of course, for the championship, this is the top 3 in the championship. But with the gap that Tamas has, it's very unlikely he'll be surmounted by the end of the season. Especially seeing that if needs be, Manatee could work together to get points to him, such as Toroski dropping back to let Tamas past in the final 2 rounds.
Must be said, Nucera's had a very stellar season after his AM promotion.
Yeah, it's rare that an AM driver has a decent chance of finishing runner-up in the pros at the end of the season. He's getting closer. It's like every lap he's getting like a 10th closer.
Yeah, he needs to get in that 3/10 window though to really start making things happen.
It's through turn 1 and 2 that he's good, but it's so tough the moment that you get a little bit of wake through turn 1. It's such a commitment corner.
4/10.
But he's really good through turn 1. Really good through turn 1. Lost a bit of time. Yeah, went a bit wide through turn 2. Yeah, lost a 10th through turn 2. I think they need more traffic. What traffic is ahead of them? Not much. Really not. They might catch Quare and... no, they got, to be fair, they got Revkov up ahead.
Yep. Very, very...
Oh, nearly went the wrong way.
They both picked the same line at the same time. This is really going to be awkward.
Teroshi's got unlucky with the traffic.
No,
2 laps in a row.
He's not unlucky. You don't want to be the third in traffic. Unless you're following really close. This is just his life now. Them two are getting through the same thing at the same time, and then Trotsky's left with it every time.
Different lines being taken by these drivers. You can see Nucera really like just ditches the line through the first part of the corner and then gets on the throttle super early. That time he actually got on the throttle too early, and it meant that he ran a bit wide. Bit of a scruffy lap this from Nucera. This is the only battle going on out on circuit, by the way.
And we do have LMP2 pros, but they're just being boring.
Yeah.
You want to poke them with a stick? Do something. No, obviously it's a stellar drive. They're all being super consistent.
The P6 man, who's that? Just gone off the circuit. Was it Rivkov? No, he was Sequeira, just went off the track a little bit ahead of these guys. Oh, I was looking away, and Nucera's actually lost more time now. And Tursky is a bit closer. So all that pace that Nucera worked hard to gain, he was 8 tenths behind, got down to 5 tenths. It's been undone. He lost 2.5 tenths on that lap. 4 minutes to go. That means, what, 3 laps? We'll just get 3 laps in, but only just.
Just, yeah. Yeah, Trotsky looks like the fastest guy on track at the moment, but he has the unfortunate situation where he's praying Tamas can just go away because he's giving Nucera draft here. So yeah, Trotsky is not going to be able to do anything with Nucera Bassian so fast in the first sector and then having draft on the straights. So this is where he probably suffers, just the dirty air. This is where Nucera is just struggling to keep that gap so close.
Going into this round, Tereshko was 30 points behind Tamas. If it ended like this, the gap would be up to 39 points.
And was Nucera 6 off Trotsky?
Yes.
So this will be good for Nucera to actually start mounting an attack on Trotsky's position.
Yep, would get that gap from 6 points down to 2 points. 3 points, sorry.
Tamas is doing exactly what he needs. He's keeping that gap just enough.
So on Kroll, by the way, there is one other battle now going on because Son Kroll has caught up to Philip Longfellow. Or P9.
Or P3 in GTP AM.
Yep. Decent end to the lap there for Nucera. That's sometimes where he loses a bit of time at the end of the lap, but this time he continued to gain. And look at Tamas, he's trying to break the draft. No, he's not, he's just moving past LMP2. So that's an easy one for him to get past. Nucera's going to be slightly offline for turn 1. Oh, he manages to get back online. And then once again, carries so much speed, he's so good through turn 1.
He really is, yeah. He's actually within the 3/10 margin now at last. Sorry, I'm not saying like at last, like I would have done this ages ago.
2 laps to go.
Yep, there you go, 3/10.
This is as close as he has been for the entire race, even lap 1.
Yep.
He was a long way behind, and you can see he's gaining. Could he go for the dive? He is going to go for the dive.
Yeah, I told you, 3/10, and then you can start doing all this stuff to try and force a mistake or just to get Tamas to do something wrong, overcook his tyres, anything. I think iRacing's done a pretty decent job on the GTP draft. It's just everything else. Sorry, my mic was on. No, I don't mind the draft in this car. It keeps the racing exciting.
Once again, that alternative racing line for Nucera. Here's the battle further back, Kroll versus Longfellow. Kroll looking for that extra
Yeah,
point.
Kroll's got this.
Of course, would help his teammates. Schwebig in the championship fight, because Schwebig versus Longfellow for the Amateur Championship. They've got the 469 LMP2 ahead of them, of Santa Maria, that they got to deal with, and they haven't dealt with him into turn 1.
This is going to be awkward. They're both clear him. Oh no, he's
he should be able to tuck under.
Yeah,
He's gone deep, Longfellow.
Yeah, he's got this though. He's got the run. And I even want to say he's being let by... No, just the camera perspective. Messing with my eyes. He who can break the latest. Ooh!
Oh.
I mean...
Or drive left on a straight. Or drive right on a straight.
I mean...
I'm not calling out either driver there, but...
Well, I am a little bit. Yes, the guy on that was it the blue broke on the right-hand side. Yeah, he was over on the right. But that isn't the right. The right is off the... Like, most people leave the track.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So... I can understand why the guy on the inside was like, wait, why are you so pinching me? Yeah, so... it's a tough call. Within the rules, obviously, he was definitely over to the right, but we use more than that, so...
Ivan Revkov had to come into the pits.
Okay, we're on white flag, so this is it.
Looks like Revkov, ran out of fuel. He anticipated the finish too early.
Norbert Tamas is too far back, I think, to make anything happen here. Or 4 tenths. It needs to be 3 at the exit this corner. Oh, it is 3.9. Okay. Maybe some spice. Yeah, very close.
Very close.
Oh.
The final corner is possible to overtake, can't?
No,
But
not on the white flag.
it's unlikely.
It's very ungentlemanly.
The Bill Mitchell bends. It's been a fantastic three-way fight for this race win, but it looks like for the 5th time this season, there's going to be another race victory and another step towards the title for Norbert Tamas. He edges it just over Simone Nucera by 1/4 of a second. It was the fastest lap of the race.
Ironically,
on the last lap.
If he could have had that lap, he would have definitely passed him after 1.
LMP2s ran out of fuel, but I'm not sure how many of them. Well, Grigorenko is seemingly going to be able to continue in, but some of them got overtaken by the leaders before they got to the line.
Yeah, Bernier's fine, but yeah. Oh dear.
As another race win for Bernier, it keeps his championship hopes alive. He will take 6 points out of Delatraz's championship lead. Still definitely the second favourite, but that was a very good performance there, and he took it by canter in the end. Delatraz finishes in 2nd place. Anthony Bernand is going to win in the GTP AM category. That is very well deserved for him. I think that's his 2nd race win of the season as well. And Fabio Grosseto is going to win by a lap if he's got fuel. He is very slow, but he did go the extra lap. He's not spluttering yet, but I think he's realised he doesn't have enough fuel. And he's trying to short shift it. That won't help.
This is the LMP2 AM leader.
But everyone else has finished. So
oh, okay. He just wants to...
I don't think that he was already leading before, so he didn't take advantage of it or anything. But
yeah, no. This is
because at Le Mans you have to do the last lap at Le Mans in real life.
In real life, the 24.
Yeah. Because I don't think they want people to like under fuel or whatever, and then be like,
it's a show. That's why they have to have. You've got to take the checkered. Yeah, it's very like I said, it's very important.
Well, there he goes. But maybe he wasn't out of fuel. Maybe he was just, making the most out of the final lap. But there he goes.
Brilliant
and
stuff.
He wins 2 races in a row. He makes it look easy, Fabio Grosseto. It is quite remarkable that he didn't get a podium for the first 6 races of the season and then wins 2 in a row. But good to see him back on top form. And maybe could even finish in the top 3 in the championship by the end of the season. If he can get 2 more wins to end the season. Yeah, really good race there, and I mean, great effort from Nucera. Whilst Nucera has won 2 races earlier on this season, I say that was his best performance because Tamas at Zolder wasn't here, and at Interlagos messed up his strategy. There, Nucera was faster than Tamas, but Tamas had track position.
Yeah, he did. Brilliant job. Come up a teeny bit short, but yeah, great stuff. Looking at Nucera's pace, he might be ruining his qualifying chances of maybe a pole. Looking at his pace.
Yeah, I think Turoshki as well. Turoshki and Nucera, looking that was maybe possible. Let's have a look at our final standings then. And Tamas winning out by just quarter of a second. Turoshki, got lost time in the traffic near the end. Segro not far behind. I mean, the top 5 separated by 10 seconds. That's really good to see. That's as close as we want to see the Jars. Jack Wells with a comfortable P6 was being really caught by Anthony Banan near the end. I think Banan just had really good pace, but he couldn't quite catch by the end. Henning Schwebig with an extra long pit stop would have finished probably in P6, but ended up a long way back, but only cost him 2 places, fortunately. That's a pit stop penalty. Bernier winning in the LMP2s ahead of Delachas and Herbinho, Grosseto, Blackwell and Quer. Top 3 in the LMP2 ARMS. Let's have a chat with some of our drivers. Who have we got in? We've got a few to pick from.
You've got a few to pick from, no pressure.
Let's chat with Augustin Bernier.
49.9, but
as we rudely interrupt his conversation with some of his fellow drivers. Ever so sorry, Augustin, but congratulations. It's another race win, and you made that one look easy, honestly. I mean, like, it's not easy to beat your teammates, as you know very well. They're very good drivers, but yeah, by the end you were several seconds clear of them.
yeah, very happy. We did a very good job all the week to manage all the race and control everything. And the first 1, 2, 3 for the team, so it's superb. A very good race.
Absolutely, yeah. I hadn't costed on to the 1, 2, 3 because half the Darson's got in amongst you guys a few times this season, but you locked out the podium this time. How are you feeling about the championship going into the last 2 rounds? I think you might be up into 2nd place now again ahead of Christoph, but do you think there's a chance of you catching up to Alexander?
Yeah, it will be tough and super close between Alexander and me and Christoph, of course. So we'll see. Monza and Daytona will be difficult tracks with the slipstream and everything. So let's see. I want to win, but we are all in the same team, so it's a very good championship for the moment. And whatever the result, we are super happy.
Absolutely, and looking ahead to Monza in particular, but also Daytona, of course, as you say, slipstream circuits. Is it something that you're looking forward to as like an LMP2 driver? Of course, we have very little toe in these cars. The fact that there is going to be a bit more of a drafting, is that something that you look forward to because it's slightly different to what we usually get?
Not so much, because it will be a lot of management in the race. With fuel, and it will be difficult, and let's see if we have the pace. So yeah, that's it.
Well, we wish you the best of luck for that one. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Thank you to my team, just a very good job all the week, and I'm super proud of this, and let's see what we can do next time.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Augustin, and we'll see you back next time.
Yeah, see you next week.
Ciao.
Augustin Bernier there, your race winner in LMP2 Pro. Who are you going to have a chat with?
I'm going to bring in our LMP2 AM winner, Fabio. Rossetto. Fabio, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
I think this is it. 2 weeks in a row we've talked, and 2 weeks in a row I get to say congratulations on the LMP2 AM win. How was the race? Looks like you got quali in the race altogether. How was it?
Yeah, quali I did a good lap on the last attempt. I did a good lap, and then the race I just survived the first lap because I saw 2 guys in front of me that crashed, and like behind there was carnage. like absolute chaos, and I survived that. From then on, I was like bringing the car home basically, which I almost didn't do, but I did it.
How did you find the incident limit? We was talking about this on stream. 20, was that fine for 75 minutes?
Yeah, in this track, yes. In other tracks this season, I had 19x and in 1 hour long races. So yeah, it really depends a lot from the track.
Gotcha, yeah. There was a lot of incidents between, I don't know if you saw Clement Quer and Grigorenko, they had a lot of come-ins together. Was you keeping an eye on the gaps behind, or was you literally just in control of your own race and monitoring your lap times and your fuel?
I was monitoring a lot my fuel because I don't know if you saw it, but I did like the last lap at the out lap pace because I almost finished the fuel. Yeah, but I was watching my fuel gauge, and that was it. I saw that I had like 10-second gap to the car behind, so I wasn't too concerned. And yeah, it was like a good race.
So 2 races left. You've won 2 in a row. 2 more wins in a row. Could actually see you. I mean, Sam's going to quickly do all the math, but I mean, it's a long shot. But you've come from absolutely nowhere. What do you think, Sam? What can you get?
Maybe like P3. I think it might be possible, Fabio.
Yeah, that'd be impressive.
Yeah, maybe. I just hope to win the next races. I don't care about the championship anymore at this point. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to win, especially the next race because it's in Italy. So, yeah, I always love Monza.
Yeah, Monza's a great track. Yeah, great job, Fabio. Does anyone like you to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to my girlfriend that I think she is watching today. So, ciao.
Brilliant. All right, mate. Well, I look forward to talking to you next week to see if you can congratulate and win again. But yeah, great job, mate. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Cheers. Ciao.
Let's next talk with another LMP2 driver. It's Michael Harfler-Darson, who joins us now. Michael, your staunch defense at stopping the Delatres guys getting a 1-2-3 unfortunately has come to an end. They were a little bit too strong today. How was that race? It seemed like you were just a bit off the Delatres guys, but a bit faster than the 3M guys, so a bit lonely out there.
Very lonely, I would say. I think after I can't remember his name, crashed out early on, I had no one to race, and I could get stuck into fuel saving, and I fuel saved all the way to the end. Tried to get Augustine's fastest lap in the end, but that failed too. The Delatres guys are way too quick. I mean, it's nice to be the car behind them, but it's annoying to be the car behind them again and again.
Sure, yeah, I absolutely understand that one. When it came to sort of Road America, was it a fun circuit at least to make laps on, and have you been enjoying the official series this week in this car?
Yeah, I would say it's been a fun track. It's open and it's not a close track like Interlagos and Solder and so on, what we've had earlier in the season. It's a bit more flowing. I like that.
And I'm not going to ask you what you think of the upcoming circuit because I know you're just going to say, well, if it's wet, I like it. But out of the remaining 2 races, which one would you prefer to be wet? Like, which one would you be most excited about in that scenario?
I don't know. I think I'd have to say Daytona because I think there's going to be more chaos there if it's raining.
Sure, that's a good shout. That is a very good shout on that one. Well, congratulations on another good result, Michael. More good points for the championship. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thanks to all the guys in Alcantech and AMRT for the amazing rig.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us once again, and see you back next week.
Have fun.
Ciao.
Michael Harfler-Darson, 4th place in that race, 4th place in the championship, as he says, just a bit behind the Delatres guys.
It's tough. He's in the most competitive section of this league at the moment, and I mean he's able to pip them in qualifying sometimes, but they're a team working together. It must be awfully frustrating and difficult, especially at the start. He knows they're all working together. And we saw all three of them give draft down the left. I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? It's tough.
Yeah, really tough one. But yeah, he will be trying to get that coveted race win that he's been looking for the entire season next time out. Quick word on the next track, Monza. Yeah, I was a bit surprised just how much Augustin thought there would be sort of the fuel battles when it came to that. But I guess when they're so close to one another, when there's just a small draft and when there is that small advantage of fuel saving, they're going to have to take maximum advantage of it.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's tough. I'm really looking forward to Monza. I think it's going to be... I love Monza, especially in prototypes. But turn one's turn one. Anyone, there's nowhere to go if someone makes a mistake or wants to go 3 wide.
Well, we will be covering that next week. Of course, loads more action coming up on Apex Racing TV over the next few days. We've got Radicals tomorrow. We've got Rick Mode Tech next week as well. We've also got GT3 series and all sorts going on Apex Racing TV. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out our social medias as well on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, where you can watch the best clips of all the action that happens on the channel. And of course, thanks to our sponsors once again, Apex Racing Academy to VRS. Of course, links to all of them in the description below. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Sampson, from everyone here at the Apex Racing TV esports studio, we'll say goodbye for now, and we'll see you back in 1 week's time.
Ciao.